Hello and welcome to CHEMS, Careers Hacks Engineering Mindset and Stories. Today I have with us Dev Sharma, who is the management trainee at Engineers India Limited and whose journey in chemical engineering and content creation really stood out to me. Thank you so much, Dev, for joining me today. Well, to begin with, let's start. Can you give us a more brief introduction about yourself, your journey, and why did you choose chemical engineering to begin with, and then about your journey about why you're working?
Yeah, so thank you, Cheryl, for introducing me. And myself, Dev Sharma. I am a recent chemical engineering graduate from National Institute of Technology, Surat. And throughout my 4 years of engineering, I had done several internships in Larsen and Toubro. I got an opportunity to go abroad and pursue an internship in Germany as well. And I also did training at BASF and IOCL refinery in Gujarat. So this is what all I have done throughout my coursework. I have been part of several like club activities and student activities, and I had given GATE examination, which is like a qualifying examination for a lot of public sector entities in India, and I fortunately got a very good rank in my second attempt this year, and now I am pursuing my like I am a management trainee as a first year joinee at Engineers India Limited, which is a leading public sector engineering design firm, and we predominantly have a footprint at EIL throughout the India, and we have several projects abroad. So my role here as a fresh chemical engineering graduate is to learn a lot of things new and get a lot of exposure of how industry is working right now. And why did I choose chemical engineering? So to be fair, both of my parents are in this field from a very long time. My mother is indirectly related with the pharmaceutical industry, which is like a sub part of the chemical industry, like the entire thing. And my father works in like he has worked in Bardmer refinery and he's now working in Gujarat refinery. So he's working as in projects, and he's a part of those team which build those massive industrial projects. And yeah, I guess that would be it for this question.
Well, that's nice that you have your family support as well. So next thing I want to ask you about is your content creation journey. Obviously, that's how I got to know more about you through your LinkedIn about the series which you started, which is ChemE Simplified, which is amazing. It has this amazing content where you just simplify all the chemical engineering concepts, and honestly, it's been really useful for people who want to prepare for interviews. So, what made you start it? Like, how has your journey been in content creation? What was that one point which made you want to start this page about simplifying chemical engineering concepts?
Okay, so to be honest, I wasn't the student who used to share his notes to. I had only two, three people, closest friends of mine, whom I shared my notes. But they said that whatever notes I created were like very detailed and in depth. I didn't make like notes, handwritten notes like line by line. I had a lot of like arrows going from, and I used a lot of colored pens and all of that. That's how I understood things, and I like realized this about me that okay, if there is a complex thing, if there is a page long thing about say a distillation column design, I can like simplify it and make it better. So while I was preparing for my gate examination or my interviews, I wanted some reference material. I had my notes like they were very detailed, but I wanted some reference material which like it was a standard material, so everyone could like refer to that and get things in like one shot out of that. So because there aren't many materials such available for like specific niche of chemical engineering. There is for like chemistry, physics, all of that, but for chemical engineering I didn't think there was. I didn't found any. So I started with that. I was a bit creative. I am like yeah, I like art and crafts and all of that. So I had a knack for how to design stuff on Canva. So I began with a Canva page template, and that's how it started. And from January, I began this year, and I my goal was to finish posting 30 posts for January. So I was doing intern at that time at LNT. I used to go there. I used to prepare for gate, and at night I used to spend only 1 hour for preparing post of that day. Initially, it used to take a lot of time because I didn't know how or what all to put and what all not to. But eventually, I got the hang of it, and yeah, people started liking it. People found it useful, and that's how I feel that it kept me going, and that's how it all started.
So do you think like content creation was easy? Like was is it do you think it's like easy to actually think of new topics each day, even with the editing and everything? Like was it something you had to learn extra, and was it something it was a little tough to do, like especially with the editing? Obviously you need to edit, you need to think about new creative ideas every day. So if someone wants to start, like what would be your roadmap or your guide? Like based purely on your journey, what would be an ideal, like a roadmap for content creation?
Okay, so what I would say is that you already have if you are a student, you have your lectures going on, your exams and all of that. If you are a early professional, you have your 9 to 5 job and all of that. So what would work today is like you build starting from a Notion page. So a Notion page, if you guys have an idea or not, that it is like a very good directory where you can plan your stuff and like it's an organizer kind of, but need not have to do it manually, and it tracks like if you schedule a post at some point, you have it on your calendar and you know that it is going to be posted. So start with 30-day posts. You have to post consistently for 30 days. If you get that barrier across that you are posting consistently for 30 days, whatever like any like a text content or anything which is found relatable to a lot of people, you have to find your niche. You have to find that, okay, what is unique to me. So what was unique to me was that I was good at design and I was good at chemical engineering, and I combined both of those, and I had a thing that I was okay, this I can simplify this, and that was what was unique to me, and that stuck with a lot of people, I would say. So found like a thing which is unique to say a person, and use something which people also need. So if you have already been through a journey, you can share your journey. If you're building something, you can talk on that. Okay, I'm building this, and this is how, where am I. That takes a lot of humility in general, but if you do that, then people also like to be part of your journey. So that you can start there, or just start posting. Don't think a lot in this journey of in this phase of planning and organizing everything, but you just need to start posting. And as soon as you found your niche, you will be good to go. I'll give you an example of a guy. So from my school, there is a guy who is pursuing like uh, his graduation biotechnology, and he got to talk to me one day, and he started his series on bio breakdown. So he got his niche and he started posting about it. His creativity and his is like far better than me, but like he now has around 500,000 impressions on LinkedIn, and it's so good to see like people actually starting and getting this reach. So, what would I suggest with someone is new is just start posting and plan accordingly, and organizing your post would help you like manage a lot of things easily.
Makes sense. I mean, that definitely worked out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then maybe like so obviously I've seen a lot of your you try to give like one-on-one sessions, more like helping with job interviews. But how has your journey been from being a student to actually getting into the industry to getting the job? Like how has your journey been from being a student to the world of chemical engineering?
Yeah. So actually, after I had gone to Germany for my research internship. So plan was that I was going to pursue masters abroad, and that would be it for me. But as soon as I came back, I realized that I need a lot of experience of industry and exposure to actually work, get my hands dirty, and uh, get things from the industry which I wouldn't get sitting in a lab or things like that. Then if I have to like pursue say masters or anything like that, that would be in a later phase. So working and Engineers India Limited has always been a dream company of mine, starting because we were listing things from like our seniors and all of them. And uh, the thing was that working in process engineering or in process design was something which I liked from like the second, third year, where we were designing projects and all of that. And we asked our seniors, okay, sir, where exactly is this used in the industry? So they said that design engineers and all of those do this calculations and actually build things with their calculations. And when I got into L&T, this was what I thought that, okay, L&T is a very good place, but EIL is where I want to. So I learned a lot of things at L&T in my 3 months. And I built a small like unit design and did all the calculations for that unit. So gate examination, I prepared a bit for it, and fortunately, I had a lot of preparation already done, so I got a good rank on it. Uh, EIL, since it's a public sector company, it considers applications from college graduates, like directly from college placements and from IITs and NITs, and also from the GATE examinations. So it did come to our college for like placements, but I wasn't shortlisted, unfortunately. But I got through the GATE examination, my GATE score. That's how I ended up being at EIL. But for my interview, what all I did in that 3 months at L&T and my exposure to an actual petroleum refinery, because EIL has a lot of work in this petroleum refining and like this space. So I had an exposure of IOCL refinery. I had been to a refinery. I had seen the units. I had made like my own hand-drawn PFDs or like the flow diagrams of how the processes were, and I got exposure to it well enough to like give my interview very confidently, and fortunately I passed the interview and I'm working here.
So
So
how
that
is
has been.
Oh yeah. So like how has your journey been? Like especially working in the industry, do you think like, being a student we just see everything at the university, like what we learn, to actually being in the industry is like it's completely different. Like seeing the huge processes and everything going on, it's like completely different thing. So what how has that been? Like do you think like, this your skills has improved so much more like by actually working in the industry, or like you had told you want to do your masters, right? So do you think you would have benefited more by doing your masters or by actually working in the industry?
No, I am at the phase where I'm not even considering doing masters anymore, because the thing is that when you're and here for the 3 or 4 months which I have been, I am actually as a trainee here. So we are as management trainees have been taught a lot of things from the industry and all of that, and that has been a very good journey for me. And being a part of industry is like very, whatever I had learned in BTech, that was like the bare minimum. I had to learn like 10 things more to get actually accustomed to things, because you didn't see a PN. I didn't see a PNID uh, at my school. Like we were told how to read a PNID and all of that. I didn't know actually how to size this equipment, or that are things which you do like manually on paper, but that is a very rudimentary level. How actually people design things, what are the like, there are several revisions to the design, there are several other engineering disciplines involved in your design. There are licensors, there is vendors. It is a like a very different story, and you get to know about all of this while you are actually doing that. So I would say working in an industry has been a lot of, and I'm still in the learning phase. It has been only 4 months to me, and I think it would be many years till I learn. But this is a very good place to learn. And other than that, for a student who is actually thinking of pursuing masters, having an exposure to an industry prior to that would be beneficial, is what I would suggest.
No, honestly, that makes sense. I can totally relate to that. But yeah, that's all I had for you today. Thank you so much, Dave, for your time and for answering all my questions.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. It has been a pleasure talking to you.